This is how to make your plastic cheap recorder sound like $1 million by me, a professional recorder player. I'm Sarah and I'm a recorder player. It is my job to get on stage and play concerts, and I usually do so with beautiful handmade professional instruments. But what if you've only got an old plastic recorder with literal bite marks on it? Those bite marks are mine. This was my recorder that I had when I was 6 years old, and unbelievably it got me through my first 10 years of playing. I got to like grade 8 standard on this thing, so it's very, very possible. First, let's hear what it sounds like. I recently did a video comparing expensive and cheap plastic recorders, and one of the questions was, what if we can only afford the cheap one? Can we still make beautiful music on it? And the answer is yes. This is an Aulos. I believe it's the Robin model, but don't quote me on that. We would have bought it in the early 90s. Nowadays, these run for about €15, but I'm sure we picked it up for like 50p back then. The first tip, please keep it clean. You would not believe what I have found inside my beginner students' recorders. After you have played it, dry the inside with a cleaning cloth. I like to use a sock. You can wash your plastic recorder in the kitchen sink with some washing up liquid. I even know people who run their recorders through the dishwasher. Just make sure it's clean. Wait, why? If it's all full of gunk and grossness on the inside, you are going to hear that in your sound. It's going to sound a bit more like... Here's the thing, that rough, fuzzy, unfocused tone is a hallmark of cheaper instruments. Handmade instruments tend to be more refined and clear, so we want to keep that gross fuzziness out of it. And keeping clean is your first step. Tip number 2, no squeaks. Of course, recorders of every caliber can squeak. We squeak when we leak. If you don't close your holes properly, air is going to leak out of one of them and cause cracks and squeaks. It is a bit more of a hallmark of beginner players. So if you want to make yourself sound a bit more professional, a step up, getting rid of those squeaks is a good place to start. So rather than gripping the recorder and forcing those holes closed, I like to think of everything being very relaxed and a nice, comfortable hand position and posture where I can cover all of those holes properly, even if I can't speak today for some reason. Sounds so much more professional than... Tip 3, find the center of the sound. This is something my teachers used to say to me, and I would think, what does that actually mean? In really basic terms, I'm meaning don't blow too much or too little. I find that a handmade recorder gives you a lot more leeway to play with your tone and your sound. You can push it more, you can pull back less, and it will still give you what you want. A cheaper instrument tends to have a narrower range of sound available to you. That's okay, we can still play beautifully, but we're going to hit that good sound from the start. Let me demonstrate. If I blow too little, it sounds thin, weedy, and we start to get that involuntary vibrato. If I blow too much, do you feel that kind of almost metallic overtone coming up? We want to hit it more squarely in the middle with... I'm going to blow a bit too much and a bit too little, and I want you to listen and kind of get used to the effect that this gives. How to practice this for yourself? Simple. Just take a note and try blowing more and blowing less. Listen to what happens to the sound, and then you can practice hitting it right on the sound that you like. And tip number 4 is about tone as well. Do you remember how I said that a more expensive recorder will have a more refined sound? That is, by the way, because of the voicing. You will have a separate wooden block here that can be taken out and hand voiced by a craftsperson that creates the sound that they want to create. A cheaper plastic recorder will have been injection molded. This is all one solid lump of plastic with no human interaction afterwards. It's very well designed, it's very reliable, but it is just the thing that it is, if that makes sense. And the other thing is sound and tone is so subjective. What you find beautiful may be different to what I like. What you feel is necessary in a piece of music may be different again, and that's all okay. If I want to make a very clean and clear sound, I can do this by trying to remove some of the whoosh and air from my sound. And I do this by kind of vaulting the top of my mouth to create resonance inside my mouth. It's almost like I've taken a bite of food that's a little bit too hot and I'm going ooh, 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 oh. Nice. Compare that to there. I was trying to create excess noise by closing my mouth more on the inside and creating a sound. And again, this tip here is so subjective. It just shows you that you can play with the tone on your recorder, and it's not even the end result that's important. It's the fact that you are thinking about your tone and that you are experimenting with it. That anyway is going to put you a level up. Tip number 5 is, I don't know, I could argue that this is the most important one. This is the tip that I think really takes your playing immediately from beginner level to, okay, we're starting to make music. That is connecting your notes. Consider this. And this. Can you hear what I'm getting at? I've only changed one thing, and that is the tonguing. Rather than start, stop, start, stop, start, stop, I'm connecting them with a do, do, do. Connect your notes. Lovely people. And this brings me on to the next one. Is that tip 6, I guess, is your tonguing. Now, some of these tips in this video are about kind of working with the instrument, avoiding the pitfalls that it can bring you. But let's look at the other side. Let's ramp up your musicality around that to elevate the music that you're playing. So your tonguing, as I've said, is your most expressive tool. It's about the start of the note, how strongly you tongue it. And it's about how long you make that note, the back of the note. I could have and have made much longer videos about articulation, but please consider your articulation. Even if you rock up with a €5 recorder, you can elevate your music so much by doing conscientious musical tonguing. This is about your musicality too. Think about timing in a piece of music. Now, timing is something completely separate from an instrument. You can do timing whether you're like drumming on the kitchen counter in front of you or if you're playing a Stradivarius, but consider this in your music too. Surprise yourself by taking a phrase a little bit quicker, pulling back, waiting for a moment, going attacker into the next phrase. Anything outside of the instrument that you can add into your music is really going to elevate it too. And number 8, I think, is the most important one. Whether you're playing a cheap plastic recorder or a handmade one, Please be in tune. Tuning, tuning, tuning. The people on TikTok laugh at me when I say it like that. Tuning, tuning. Poor tuning can ruin an otherwise beautiful performance. It's so important to spend some time with your instrument, getting used to its tuning. Play octaves. Whew, I have to do some work with this one. Play fifths. Arpeggios. And especially getting used to your accidentals, your E flats, your B flats. Something I notice a lot on plastic instruments is that the very low notes tend to be a little bit sharp in relation to the high notes, so you might have to adjust your breath pressure. So please, my lovely people, train your ears and spend some attention on your tuning, and that's going to help you not be out of tune. Great ending to a video there, Sarah. Gosh, what pedagogical insight. So, can I do it? Can I take my own advice and play something that actually sounds really beautiful on my ancient plastic recorder that's covered in my literal bite marks? Let's have a go. So there we go. You can make beautiful music on a recorder, whatever your budget, with these few simple tricks. If you have any that you'd like to add below, please do so. As always, you can subscribe to my channel by clicking on my face down here. Here's the Team Recorder Patreon, where you can choose to support the channel, and here's some other videos you might like. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye!